Here we are, guys. Black Friday. Good morning and welcome into the stream. There's just so much going on today. We have college basketball, college football, NFL, NHL, NBA. It's just an absolute wonderful day to be a sports bettor. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and now you can just hang out, right? Maybe just kind of stay in green, as we like to say in the corporate world. Just maybe move your mouse around a little bit. Keep your light green in the chat, and just be able to watch sports all day long and bet. So that's what we're going to be doing. Trying to cram probably about 100 bets into an hour, and let's see if we can kind of rip through it. So let's get started with DGF DGF, the sharp money tool over here at OddsJam, with some DFS, and just kind of go from there. But hopefully you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving and got to sit back and watch some great football games, spend some time with some friends and family. That's what it's all about. Josh, what's going on, man? Hitting Hope, what's going on? Good morning to you. So we are going to refresh the page. I have, the popular DFS books pulled up: Better, Underdog, PrizePicks, DraftKings Pick 6, Parlay, Play, and Dabble. We did cash our 3-leg better slip yesterday. It was the discounted Jahmyr Gibbs play. That cashed for us. I'm going to pull up Better right now. We could also run maybe 2 of these plays over on Underdog. So let me see what we have. What discounts do we have today? I always run the discount slips over at Better, guys. We have a Joker, a Jalen Hurts, and an A.J. Brown discount. Okay. So we got a free square on Hurts. Just needs to throw 1 passing yard today with Better, so that's an easy pick. Caleb Williams under on his passing attempts. Okay. We also have a 3-pick slip over on Underdog we cooked up a few days ago that we're waiting on Caleb Williams, hoping for it to hit. It's the under 32.5. Somebody wants this at minus 116 odds. It's not great compared to Pinnacle, to be honest. It's a little bit better over at Bookmaker. Let me see this Kayshawn Booty play. I do have plays for Sunday, guys, teed up, ready to roll. Okay, not much. Blake Corum, this is minus 116. Some of these are minus 116 on Better. Let me see what else we have. Rashad White. Yeah, I do have the minus 116 play selected, which provides more options if you're playing a 6-pick entry, especially on Underdog, but it's not the most ideal scenario over here on for a 3-pick slip at minus 122. No doubt about that, Daniel. No doubt about that. Morning to you as well, Irish. What's going on, man? Good to catch a stream with you, Daniel. Glad that you're able to pop in, man. So let's see what we have cooking. What do we got cooking today? Hopefully, what you guys have cooking later on is a bunch of leftovers from my American folks for Thanksgiving. I know that's what I'll be having basically today for lunch. Very thankful. Had some good food, good times, good friends, good people, good family. It was lovely. It was lovely. All right, so I'm not overly enthused with what I see just because there's 6-pick plays. Let's pull up the optimizer. Let's go 3 picks. And then let's go 3 minimum data points. And let's see what we have. Black Friday sale is going on, guys, over here at OddsJam. You got to message Randall. I'm a big I like to get these messages out of the way. So very limit of sale redemptions remaining. So you got to message Randall if you want to take advantage of the sale. So message Randall down here in the right-hand corner. Let him know what's up. Brenton Strange. While Pinnacle doesn't have a line, this is very good to FanDuel. This is 8 yards off. And I never mind, guys, taking a play, even if it's not until Sunday. If it's a good play, it's a good play. I'm all about grabbing value. Looks like they just removed Strange's projection, which is hilarious. None of the NBA games start until about 7:30 Eastern, but we have NHL starting up pretty soon, and then we have college basketball and a really good slate of college football today, too. Brock Purdy over on his passing attempts. I can get down with that. That's fine by me. 27.5. They just have the bar set a little too low for Purdy, so we'll grab his over on his passing attempts. And then what else do we have? This Josh Doan play looks quite good to Pinnacle. He plays for the Sabres. And even this Jackson Lacombe from the Anaheim Ducks, again, it's another good price compared to Pinnacle. Really feel free to take whichever one you want. I'm going to go with the Doan play. Son of old NHL Arizona Coyote legend Shane Doan. All right, so this is 6-pick entry. I'm taking the This is the Jalen Hurts free square over here at Better. No insurance on this play. It's a perfect play. And I'll share the link here with you guys. Then we'll look for some other, we got a couple other discounts over here as well on Better. Saints fans, what's going on? And Arturo, appreciate that, man. And hopefully you did as well. And everyone here in the chat. Hopefully everyone here had a fantastic Thanksgiving. No mishaps. Everybody got along. You didn't argue with the family, you know. We just want to have a nice, jolly, merry time with everyone. That's what we're here about. So let's go. Let me pull back the underdog 6 picks, and let me pull the better 6 picks back. As you guys know, I like to play a lot of 3-man slips. So what do we got over here on PrizePicks? Again, we're looking at some 5 and 6 pick entries too as well. The Schroeder play, which you guys are going to find out. We just don't have odds yet for Pinnacle. It's still a little too early in the morning for Pinnacle to be flashing lines. So, you know, when I see a play like this, guys, and granted, this is a decent amount of liquidity, $1,500. Like, there isn't a sharp sports book here that's offering me any kind of guidance. I got Hard Rock, MGM, and SportsZeno, 3 of possibly the easiest sports books to make money on. I don't have any confidence in their projections. Now, we do have something for Tracy on the under on ProfitX, but I don't have anything for the over. So we're just going to kind of bypass this because I don't have much. And so what we might do here is I might just change this back to go for today, just so that, because I need some sharp books to offer me some opinions. So we talked about this play with Caleb Williams under on his passing attempts. It's not great. It's okay. What else do we have here? Marchand under 2.5 shots on goal. This is another play on Better. This is a worse price to Pinnacle, so I don't like that play. Not a fan of it. Whitmore, FanDuel has this at -122 on the under 11.5. Again, same pricing. Not, like I said, not really enthused with what I'm seeing thus far from the sharp money tool in terms of just really good plays. Now, if you come back to this tool later today, you're going to see this tool just pop off with a lot of plays, because as we get closer to game time, especially when it comes to the NBA, as we get later in the afternoons, you'll see more happening. Tyrese Maxey, this is good to Pinnacle and Bookmaker, not so much though to FanDuel, but I don't mind the Tyrese Maxey. I know we're looking at some better plays here, a lot of better value at the moment. For my dabble people, let's take a look at this Luka Doncic play. Luka, we can play this at underdog and on dabble. And this is at his under 8.5 assists, which, you know, we're betting on Luka here. But if you take a combination of FanDuel and Pinnacle, it's fine. And, you know, if you don't want to bet the Luka under, by all means, guys, you don't need to. This isn't enough maybe liquidity for me to get excited about this play from a sharp money strategy perspective. But the combined average odds, what we're getting between FanDuel and Pinnacle, I can get down with this. And, you know, guys, unders do hit sometimes. I know no one likes to bet the unders, but it can happen. You can play this on dabble. Isaiah Stewart, under 5.5 rebounds. This is very good. This is excellent to Bookmaker. And it's okay to FanDuel. So, again, this would be another one if I was on dabble. The under 5.5, I'm fine with that. Or let's see what else we have for dabble. Let's go over to the optimizer. Try to round off the dabble plays. So if we go over to 3 minimum data points, if you guys can play collegiate player props, this play on Rocco looks really good. This is for tomorrow, for Saturday. And then maybe the same can be made for Braylon Staley if you want to take his under on his receiving yards for Tennessee. Bijan. This Bijan plays, it's all right. I put a little more emphasis on Pinnacle's odds. So I take the under 18.5 rushing attempts for Bijan. I do not mind that at all. Today, though, Jalen Suggs. I like this as well. Jalen Suggs over 24.5 PRA. Very good to FanDuel, very good to Pinnacle. Magic Pistons. Again, I like to wait until later, guys, into the afternoon to find out more injury news on who's in and who's out. But not bad. And this Jarris Walker play, under 5.5 rebounds, playing for the Pacers. Very good to FanDuel. It's not great, though, to Pinnacle. So if you take the average odds between these two books and combine them together, I could still see a play there, but I'd rather play the Suggs play. What's going on, Rick? How are you, man? Anton, how's it going on? Edge Zone, what's going on? Today's free Matrix play. Appreciate that, man. Cole Sillinger, over 1.5 shots on goal. He plays for the Blue Jackets. The fair value is -142. The best line is -110 at FanDuel. Almost a 12% EV edge play. Yeah, I can get excited with that. So let me pull this up, because I always love free plays. And as I do subscribe over there to the Edge Zone Matrix, Those guys got a lot of good things cooking. And let's go to this Blue Jackets game. Taking on my Penguins, and we're just going to take a look at player shots on goal. So we're going to basically spot check it. Not spot check in terms of validity. Just I want to see if I can get this anywhere else. All right, so Mr. Cole Sillinger. Let's see what we got on the over 1.5 shots on goal right now. The fair is minus 142. So while we can't grab this at FanDuel anymore, we can, this beats the fair value, guys. If the fair value is minus 142, anything below minus 142 is a value. So we can definitely take a look at that. I appreciate the Elissimo play for the Bruins. So you can bet this at minus 120 over here on Bovada, which is a good price. Props Builders at minus 130. Minus 130 basically everywhere else. So I'm going to go over it. So when you have a scenario like this, guys, where, as long as we're getting this below minus 142, it's an EV play. The further we get from minus 142, so minus 135, minus 130, it becomes even more EV. So a couple of things that you could do here, right? If you're trying to figure out your Kelly edge, okay, what you could do is you could pull, if you're trying to figure out like how much money should we put on this play? Well, Edge Zone just told us that the fair value is minus 142. So I go over to an odds converter calculator and say, okay, that means the fair value is 58.68. So I just come over here and say 58.68. I can get this at minus 130. Quarter Kelly, this is almost a 4% edge play. I want to wager a lot of money over here. So when I have an opportunity like this where I can bet this anywhere, and I know this is going a little off the rails, guys, from DFS, but when we get a play like this, we definitely want to pop on it. We got 2 plays. Appreciate that. So the free square golden, if you don't see the free square on better than there's at least for me, there's a A.J. Brown discount and a Nikola Jokic discount. I would just take those instead. Appreciate that, Anton. I have to double check. I'm sure I received the bonus, but I might have. If you signed up a while back, I remember receiving one and I used it. I appreciate you sending me that way. When I have a lot of options here, guys, I'm not going to place this bet on a DraftKings or a Caesars, or I'm definitely not going to place this bet on Hard Rock or Fanatics. I'm going to place it on a book where I can get, where I'm not going to get limited, like a Bet 105, or place this on Props Builder where I have multiple different options. So when I'm going through these different types of plays, I'm not looking to use the really good books that are easy to beat, that have a soft edge. I'm looking to use the books that are kind of sharper, that I know that, they can limit me. I'm not really worried about it. So, or in this case, Bet 105, I'm not getting limited. So I'm just going to wait for this code to pop in on Bet 105, and then I'm going to log in, and I'm going to place the wager over there. Then we're going to take a look at this Elissimo bet, and we're going to place that and see where we can find. So the first thing is, guys, I always take a look at where I could bet this at. And then over at Bet 105, I just come over here to the Blue Jackets game. Their game's not until later tonight. And we're looking for Cole Sillinger. And this is at minus 130. They'll let me bet a pretty hefty amount here. So I'm going to go in for a 200 spot to basically win $150. Okay, so let me grab this and throw this in here. 200, perfect. Appreciate that shout. And let's take a look at Elissimo. He plays for the Bruins. The Bruins game starts very soon. Knew I spelled his name wrong. There we go. So we're looking at his over 1.5 shots on goal. Fair value is minus 204. So a couple of books, obviously, you could grab. So anything below minus 204 is an incredible play. So you can grab this at Hard Rock or Fanatics at a really good price. But again, you can get the same 2 cents off. You can go over to DraftKings and probably get this down. I am going to probably head over to DraftKings to get this play down. This game starts very soon. Bet 105 doesn't have odds for this. I'll double check to make sure, but they don't. So I'm just going to log in over on DraftKings and hit this play up. And then we'll get back and look at some more DFS for PrizePicks and for DraftKings Pick 6. So I'm going to grab this Elissimo play, guys. You can do it at Hard Rock or Fanatics, but again, you can get a very similar price over at DraftKings or ESPN Bet. That's fine either way. Doesn't matter. Bruins and the Rangers. Make sure, guys, when you're over here on DraftKings, that when you go to shots on goal, that's what we're looking for here. You can look to take the plus sign, right? But this is minus 150 over 1.5, which is 2 plus. But if you come down here to the over-unders, you could see, oh, it's minus 142. Huh, interesting. DraftKings always does this, where if you take the 1 plus or 2 plus, they incorporate a little extra juice on this play for Elysiumont. It's minus 150. We just go over here and we can grab this at minus 142. So again, I'm going to go in for 200, and there we go. We're in on that play. Appreciate that shout out from the Edge Zone for both those plays. So let's go back over to the optimizer here. Let's take a look at PrizePicks. Let's look at a 3-pick slip. Let's see what we have. Disappointed with the sharp money tool right now, just in terms of the volume of plays out there. I don't think so, Anton. No, I don't think you're missing anything at all, my friend. Unless they changed it, Anton, I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, because it used to be that I'll have to reach out to them and talk to them directly. Apologies. Appreciate you letting me know about that, because it used to be deposit $100 and get a $50 bonus, but they might have changed up their terms without notifying me, because that's what I was under the assumption of, was that you would receive it. So I do apologize leaving you hang out to dry there. So you deposit 50, get 25 instead of depositing 100 and get 50, which definitely stinks. Let me reach out to them and kind of find out what's going on, because I appreciate you letting me know about that. Did they go? Okay. There's some different opportunities. Appreciate you letting me know about that, Irish. Let's see. Let's look at this play on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, obviously, guys, it is a Flex Friday, but it's not. We have to wait until a little bit later to receive that discount. Probably in another 40 minutes or so. Not a fan of playing the combos. We've messed around with them a little bit, but the pricing, man, this is just like, there's so much going on today, PrizePicks. Like, where's the plays, man? What am I missing here? Like, honestly, like, what's going on here? We have the Schroeder play. Somebody wants it at minus 120, but I have no sharp books. These are all NBA plays. We talked about this Maxey play. Yeah, it's okay to Pinnacle and Bookmaker. Not very good, though, to FanDuel. Marchand, this isn't a good price to Pinnacle, so I don't like that. Colin Sexton, don't have much. Tyrese Martin, don't have much. No, like there isn't. Like, it's just hard out in these streets right now trying to find something. Yeah, when I'm looking at these rebounds, combos, guys, any of these combo plays, I want to see FanDuel and Pinnacle aligned with their pricing. And in this case, they aren't that far. They're only 8 cents off, but the pricing's terrible to what we're getting to PrizePicks. So you can take these plays, by the way. Like, these plays have a very slim edge. I guess I've said this before. I haven't reiterated it in a while. All these plays that are in like this yellow-orange, you can take these. But I don't like to take them because I'm looking for a gap in pricing. I'm not looking to just take plays that are like, especially on a day like today where there's so many options. Shedur's passing attempts, it's okay. It's not bad. We talked about this Jalen Suggs play before for better. I do like this for PrizePicks. This is solid. Because, this is 16 cents off, 14 cents off. Like, that's fine. I can get down with that. Dosunmu, this is good to Pinnacle. It's okay. It's not great to FanDuel. But, like, I'm just, like, thirsty. It feels like I'm in the desert right now. I'm just like, give me something, man. Anything. So we're looking at the over 14.5 points. And then I would go with the Suggs play. Over on his PRA. What else do we have? Can't play collegiate props. If you can, guys, this Aguilar play doesn't look too bad. But I can't take that. His over on his passing yards. Ace Bailey. No Pinnacle odds, but this is very good. Very good to FanDuel. 22 cents off. So this is a play that I'm going to take, Ace Bailey. What is it? Under 4.5 rebounds. Okay. No insurance on this play. Still very disappointed, though, with what we have going on. Unreal. I will share this. Obviously, tail at your own risk if you don't like it. No hard feelings. I understand. There we go. Let's take a look at Fliff. What do we got for Fliff today? Let's go minus 200. DK Metcalf over on receptions. I don't have any minimum data points pulled up yet. Actually, Cooper Flagg under on his rebounds. This is 20 cents off the Pinnacle right now. Cooper Flagg under 5.5 rebounds. I like that. This play with Kansas plus 12.5 against Utah. It's a weird number, but it's 9 cents off the Pinnacle, which is okay. It's like, yeah. It's barely okay. Houston Baylor under 59.5. This is for tomorrow. This is 11 cents off. I can get down with this play. I like that one. I like it a little bit more than Utah, Kansas, but again, there's a small edge here for sure. Let's take a look at DraftKings Pick 6. What do we got in the Pick 6 world? Let's see. Over on Pick 6, what's our discounts today? What do we got today, Pick 6? We got a 30% winnings boost for our NFL entry. Nice. I got to make a deposit over here because that last hockey bet I just placed took it all. So we'll claim that. Any live entry, we could take a look at that as well. And then Full Pie Friday, get a stat slice for the NBA. We got a Siakam stat slice, a Maxey stat slice. All right, good stuff. Okay. At the moment, if I look for, let's just take a look at the NFL and let's look at the NBA. Dylan Brooks, very good to FanDuel, not great to Pinnacle. He's been balling out as of recently, is over on his points. Okay. McCollum, again, it's just kind of okay. Honestly, I'd rather take SGA. It's very good to FanDuel. Pinnacle's at 30.5. I don't mind this. Yeah, SGA over 29.5 points. I like that one. Obviously, I always like betting overs on SGA. I'm going to have to make a deposit over here on my DraftKings account. Cade Cunningham, over 42.5. Yeah, this is fine. 10 cents off to FanDuel. The overs on his PRA, which I'm all about that. Always. All right, so I like that. I'm just making my deposit right now, guys, on the phone so I can share these links with you. Vince Williams, it's okay. It's not great. Okay, perfect. We're in. Let's cook up some slips. Let's go. So I like the SGA play. I like the Cade Cunningham play. And then I'm going to try to find a stat slice with either Maxey or Siakam. And I'm going to kind of put those two together. Stat slice for every team, Jake. Appreciate you letting me know about that, man. Thank you. So, yeah, guys, obviously pick the stat slice that maybe you were the most fond of for the NBA. So I will definitely take Maxey on his points, especially going up against Brooklyn. Shy, we're going to take of course, they already bumped it. They already bumped it because I'm a little too slow, I should say. What about Cade? And they bumped Cade. Of course they did. Got to be quick, guys, and I'm not quick enough. That's a mistake there because both of those could be really important. Let's look at Okonkwo. Not really. Mobley. Dallas Goedert, we can save that one. I like that for the NFL. Yeah, Jake, appreciate you letting me know that, man. Thank you. Jalen, I don't like taking his unders, but because he can literally go for 40, but this is where the value is. One of my least favorite things to do. The under 40.5 PRA. DeRozan is okay. I like Jalen's play more, but DeMar is just fine. But right now, it's kind of tough out in the streets to find two plays at the moment. Again, guys, if you want to save your stat slices for later, things will get a lot better. And obviously, I'm going to play this for $10. So here we go. Let's take a look at these NFL plays now to see if we can find anything. The Dallas Goedert play, I don't mind that at all. And where's our NFL plays at? There we go. All right, so Goddard over 3.5 receptions. Cool. And then let's just type in Bears and Eagles. Maybe I could spell. Swift over on his rushing and receiving yards. It's a little inflated, but I don't have any pinnacle odds there, so I don't have a ton of confidence. Passing completions for Caleb Williams. To be very fair, this isn't a very good play, but if you've watched Caleb Williams throw the football, he literally drops back to pass and panics every time. Or it looks like I shouldn't say panic is the right word. He just looks like he's running with his head cut off. And so I don't mind taking the under on his passing completions. Philly's defense, while they didn't make me have the best outing against Dallas, they have a very, very good defense. And so I never mind taking the under on passing completions on Caleb Williams. This isn't so much, guys, a sharp EV play. This is maybe a little bit more of a biased play by me. But Roma Dunze over on receiving yards. This is a slight discount. It's 1 yard. Okay. What else do we have here? The rushing yards, the under 22.5. It's only minus. I'd rather bet this at DraftKings and FanDuel. So we got Goddard over on catches, Williams under on passing completions. Receiving yards for Cole Kmet. Is this a tight ends day today? The Cole Kmet play is okay, but again, at minus 122 on the 10.5, that's a little high for me. Receiving yards. I mean, like we're really scratching the bottom of the barrel here, guys. No doubt about that. Yeah, where was that Monunga play? That's under on his rushing yards, under 35.5. Not a good price to Pinnacle. Not a good price to FanDuel. This Odunze play is fine. Obviously, we can have a scenario where Rome hits his over, Caleb hits his under on his passing completions. The over 46.5. It's not great, though, to be very honest with you guys. We are receiving a boost, which makes it better, but it's just tough. But this is going to be the slip that I rock. To be very honest with you guys, I'm not crazy about this slip. So if you want to wait, you can do so. But that's what I'm going to rock mine as. Just a little tough out there right now, especially because we only have one game. Now, if you wanted to look at some Eagles players, which I guess I should have maybe did that as well outside of Goddard, what else do we have? Hurts on his passing completions, not very good to Pinnacle. It's kind of just mid. Over on Saquon rushing attempts, it's not a good price to FanDuel or Pinnacle. This is the problem with just having one game to choose from. Saquon's rushing yards, yeah, not great. Hurts on his rushing yards. This one is okay. Pinnacle's at 31.5 and minus 123. All these, as you can tell, guys, all these plays, like I'm really like, there isn't like a clear cut, like, oh my God, let's go bet this. And this is what happens a lot of times when there's only one game available. Your options are limited. That's Advantage Sportsbook. Luckily, we're receiving a 30% boost. But also feel free if you want to, because these plays are just so shit. If you want to bet your own opinions, you can do that as well. All right, let's head over to the arbitrage tool for a bit, and then we're going to spend obviously a lot of time on the EV tool. Yeah, Golden. I mean, I use Bracco. I signed up with them probably about 3 weeks ago. They definitely provide some opportunities. I haven't made a withdrawal from them, but definitely find some opportunities over there with them. They're decent. I'll say that. I haven't had any issues yet, but would love to hear from some other people as well. What you guys, how you feel about it? Looks like we got a mystery NBA offer with DraftKings. Okay, all right, not bad. I got a 50% boost for an SGP. That can do something. Let's take a look at FanDuel's, what we got going on over here as well. Now, we have some different games going on, guys. All the NBA games are going on later, okay? So if you want to wait, you can do so because there's not many guys are betting unders on NBA player props at 11:30 in the morning Eastern time. So if you want to wait on that, you can. But, you want to make sure with this, I think the biggest thing that I want to make sure that if you're new to arbitrage betting that you focus on is when you open up the software, these plays that you see on the screen, I automatically assume that I will not be able to capture these plays. So log into your sports books first. Get yourself set up, whether that's on your phone or your iPad or your desktop computer. Log in first to those books and then click refresh. And then in my mind, when I first come on to the tool and I see this play, this Jaden Ivey play, I'm like, all right, dude, this Jaden Ivey play has been out there for a minute. So in my mind, I'm already behind schedule because I'm not going to be able to probably grab this play. Now, there might be a chance that you can. But any plays that pop up on the screen as soon as I load up the software and I still have to go log into the sports books, I just assume I can't get them. And so I just come down here and scroll down and look for some newer plays, right? But that's just something to pay attention to because far too often, guys, obviously it happens a lot. You see what's on the screen and then you're like, oh, let's go grab it. And sometimes, you're not able to actually grab those plays because they've been out there for 5-10 minutes. And now the sports books realize that and they're going to adjust. So, by the way, we mentioned this yesterday and it's going to be the same for today and tomorrow and Sunday, but there's going to be a lot of college basketball games going on. That is the best sport to live arbitrage. If you're trying to get into live arbitrage, you're like, dude, I see everybody making a ton of money live arbitrage betting. I want to get in on this. Then this is how I would set it up. And I'd say, all right, let's go over to college hoops. And then let's just maybe focus on total points. It's the only market I'm going to focus on. And let's pull up this one and this one and this one. And let's try these 4 books. Maybe I'll even go Bet Rivers. Maybe we'll try a 5th. Okay. No minimum, maximum odds. I don't care about anything here. We're looking at college basketball total points for today between these 5 books. We're going to use $100 as our starting point, and I'm just going to click play. Now, at the moment, there's a couple college basketball games going on. Not much. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to chill here. If I was not live streaming right now, I would hang out here for 5 minutes. Now, there's only one game going on, right? Virginia Tech and VCU. But in about 30 minutes, guys, we have 3 more games, going on. So I'm just going to chill here and say, all right, well, maybe if there's nothing going on with total points, you know what? Let's try to add in point spread. And just say, okay, and just kind of hang out here. And what I want you to have when you're live arbitrage betting is patience, right? Because it feels like it's one way or the other. Either you select all the sports books and all the markets and all the leagues, and you have all these plays on your screen, and you're lucky if you can capture one, or it's this where you really drill down and zoom into 1 or 2 markets, and now nothing's happening. But trust me, as more games start up today, you'll start to have some more plays pop up. This play's now in a stoppage. Yo, DraftKings, FanDuel. Let's go. This is a 3.5% edge play, right? So this is one where I'm like, okay, it just disappeared. Maybe it comes back. And because there's only one game right now, guys, what you can do is camp. It's called camping. You just chill. You watch the game. You right now over on FanDuel, I'll pull up FanDuel and I'm just going to take a look I'm going to open up all these alternate spreads and all these alternate totals. And obviously, if you're using the one-click bet feature, you don't really have to worry about that. So I'll just open these all up and I'll say, okay, and I'll pull this off to the side and now I'm just watching it. And then I'm going over here on DraftKings and I'm pulling up this college basketball game because there's only one. And then I'm going to make sure I click on game lines, all right? Go from the popular tab to game lines. And now I got the spreads and totals in front of me on DraftKings. And now I'm just going to wait for a stoppage play, right? Maybe it pops back up again. But if you see a play that pops up on the arbitrage tool and then it disappears, don't leave that game. Just stay right there. It can come back sometimes within maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Don't lose your patience. Just kind of wait. I can see right now on DraftKings that the game is going on, and we know that I currently have this game set up for only stoppage. If I set this to live, we're going to see some plays possibly pop up, right? But live is going to be a little bit tougher. So I'm seeing DraftKings, and I'm over here, and I'm clicked on the game, and I can just tell because I'm literally seeing the little basketball symbols go back and forth, and it's jump ball, and we can see the game's going on live. So I'm like, all right, well, the game's going on live. This is a nice way for me to say, all right, I can just chill, right? Like if I'm doing this in stoppage, we can wait for a timeout or wait for something or a whistle, and then I can go pounce on this. So these are all little things, guys, that can try to help you become a little bit more efficient in executing these arbitrage plays, right? Focus in on just one or two markets with a couple of sports books and just chill. But there's only one game going on right now, but this is just all little things that you can try to do to hopefully help you capture a little bit more arbitrage plays when it comes to live. All right, so let's take a look at the EV tool. At the moment, guys, I currently have college football and college basketball selected, as I like to use Bookmaker as my sharp. So we're looking at some mainline markets for today for college football and college basketball. And I know we got NBA props and we got NHL and we got a lot. But I figured this would be the most efficient way of our time because this is a book that I like to utilize as my sharp, Bookmaker. And then we can kind of feed two birds with one scone, having the fact that we can put college basketball and college football up here. So we're looking at a minus 150 to plus 130 range. So for those of you that are just kind of new to sports betting, just to give this to you, minus 150 gives us a 60% chance of actually winning the bet. Plus 130 is about a 43.5% chance. So that's the range that we're operating in. If you want to start taking plays that are plus 200, you have a 33% chance, right? So just to kind of give you an idea of that, and if you want to take it to minus 200, it's a 66% chance. So I like to go after plays that are kind of chilling in this range. And so we're looking at maybe San Francisco minus 4.5. This is for college basketball. They're taking on Nevada. There's only $50 available on No Vig, guys. This is an ARB to Bookmaker. It's almost a low hold to Pinnacle. I would grab this play immediately. Just absolutely snag this. Anything that's below minus 116 would actually be a solid play. So for my Circa people, you could bet that. For DraftKings, it's about a 2% edge play. Not great. And it's a little bit better on Circa, almost a 3% edge play. Today, guys, really, for any of the player props, you shouldn't be going after player props that are below 3%. There's a ton of NHL games. There's a solid amount of NBA games tonight. No need to go after like the 1.5% EV edge plays for player props. A little different story when it comes to mainline markets, but ESPN bet here. This is almost a low hold to Pinnacle. This is football. San Diego State, New Mexico, looking at the under 39.5. This looks really good. Let's take a look at why this is so good. Any movement at all? Not really any movement here. Sometimes you run into these types of plays. Official timeout that just hit, guys, on the VCU Virginia Tech game. So if we were arbitrage betting, this is where we can grab some plays in a stoppage. Bet Rivers and FanDuel. Just always helps. Just little tips. So these are just 4 different projections from 4 different sports books. Bookmaker sees it here. Pinnacle sees it here. FanDuel's here. Okay. Like, it's fine. I'd still go ahead and bet this on ESPN Bet, but I don't have an increased amount of confidence because Bookmaker moved or Pinnacle moved. Kent State plus 4. You can get this. Actually, this is quite a big difference in price from Bally Bet to Bet Rivers. So this is truly a Bet Parks or Bally Bet only wager. College football, a little action here. Kent State plus 4. It's a low hold to Bally Bet. A bit of a difference of opinion between Bookmaker and Pinnacle. Let's see what we got here. But look who moved. A lot. Bookmaker moved a ton within the last 2 hours. This is kind of what we look for from our books. So I'd be more than happy to take this over at Bally Bet. Anything that's above plus 102 odds is decent. Bet 105 has this at plus 105. What's that look like? It's about a 1.5% edge play. Again, still a little too low for me, but kind of wish that we could get this a better price compared to Pinnacle. But I still like this play a lot. Bookmaker moved quite a bit. SportsZeno plays, guys, I'm just going to bypass them because very few of you, I'm sure, have SportsZeno. If you do, you don't need me breaking down plays to make money on SportsZeno. You see it on the EV tool, just go bet it. You're going to be having a great time. Ole Miss and Mississippi State. This is the Egg Bowl. plus 6.5, $700. Really good price on no vig. I would take this. Almost a low hold to bookmaker and Pinnacle. Anything above plus 115 odds is solid. 4CX, obviously a book that I have out here in Arizona at plus 119 odds. It's 1.5% EV edge. Plus 6.5 is fine, but I'd rather have a plus 7.5, obviously. But I can get this at plus 111. But that's not nearly as good. So yeah, 4CX is not quite as good. Interesting. And if we look at the line movement here, let's see what we have. Very interesting line movement here. Bookmaker jumped all the way up to plus about 118, then back down to plus 104. Pinnacle, they just moved down. Okay. FanDuel, okay. Interesting. I'm still fine with taking this over at no vig, though. We have a lot of Bally Bet only plays. You could keep going with this Kent State play, guys. Obviously, what we talked about when you're betting spreads, if you have multiple options, I'd rather have plus 4.5 than plus 4. So I definitely would take the reduced payout, but the extra half point, 27-23, 31-27, 17-13. You guys kind of get the gist. Definitely would like the plus 4.5. Those are different scenarios I'm thinking of score-wise that could really benefit me. Could be a 31-7 game, guys, but still, those are little things that I like to think about. Obviously, I love betting on FanDuel. So Wisconsin TCU, this looks very interesting to me. This is a difference of opinion between these three books, between Pinnacle Bookmaker and FanDuel. What's up here? So these are just three different projections, to be very honest, which I don't, like I said, I'm not always like a huge fan of, but man, oh my. So let's take a look at this. Pinnacle's taking $2,000. Wisconsin TCU, this is college basketball. What's Bookmaker taking? That's what I want to know. How much are they taking? Ken, what's going on, man? How are you, my friend? Hopefully you had a nice Thanksgiving. So we're looking at what TCU. Basketball, they're taking on Wisconsin. We're looking at the over 156.5. Pinnacle's taking $2,000, which is fine for college basketball. And it looks like at the moment, yeah, this is why having bookmakers is so important, being able to see this, guys. Like, I don't have confidence in this bookmaker line. Why? They're only taking $1,000. This isn't normally the case with bookmaker, but it can be sometimes. That's why I like to check all the plays that I bet, right? I just don't blindly tail it. I just check it. Only $1,000. Pinnacle's taking more. I'm not going to touch this play. I don't want this. No, thank you. Not going to touch this over. Not enough money from bookmaker. If bookmaker was taking $5K, I have more confidence. At $1K, not really. Wright State, we could bet this over at Bet 105 at plus 15. They're taking on Butler. Okay, this game starts in about 2 hours or so. So same thing. I want to find out how much they're taking on Wright State plus 15. Pinnacle's taking $3,000. Okay, so like this is what we're talking about. This is the difference. This is why we check the plays. Pinnacle's taking $3,000 on Wright State at plus 15. Bookmaker's taking almost $12,000. Books normally take more guys on point spreads than they do totals. So, right, they're taking almost $12,000. I would say, yeah, I think bookmaker has way more confidence in their line than Pinnacle, and they just moved. So they're taking more money, and they just moved. This is a play I have a lot of confidence in. Again, Wright State might lose this game by 40, but this is all you're trying to do with positive EV betting is make the best decisions that you possibly can at the time that you're making the decision. So I'm going to head over here to Bet 105, and I'm betting Wright State, and I'm going to place a $200 wager over there. We got, why am I placing this bet? Just to recap this. Bookmaker is taking 4 times the amount of money the Pinnacle is on this line, and they just moved their odds significantly. So I'm taking this for 200. There we go. Could have put more on this, to be honest, because I like that movement. But there we are. Could have made me want 250. And I don't mind betting it. This is where I can bet into Pinnacle, guys. I never mind being able to bet in the Pinnacle. So at the moment, we're looking at college football and college basketball plays. Colorado plus 1.5 against Washington. This is an ARB to bookmaker. It's almost a low hold to Pinnacle. You might have to do maybe like the, I would say, Anton, maybe I always have to do the email verification with they have to send me a 4-digit code just to verify. They've been doing that recently. But I'm using Safari, by the way, is like my browser, so it works. All right, so Colorado plus 1.5 for my Fliff people. This is a great play. We kind of already know with point spreads, right? Like what bookmaker seems to be, at least on that Butler play, they're taking more. And this is for college hoops. Colorado plus 1.5. Let me see what they're taking here. Pinnacle's taking 1,500. Bookmaker's taking $10,000 on this play. 10 grand. Good golly. That's a lot of money. So I'd even go check this out on No Vig, guys, if you want to, for sure. Orty, morning to you, man. Yeah, huge slate. Huge slate. We're looking at college football and college basketball right now for today. If you're a Fliff user, I would love this Colorado play. This would be a 2-unit play. Love that play. Kalshi. Is this real on Onyx or no? No, this is fake on Onyx, guys. They mirror DraftKings odds. It's fake. Back to the Egg Bowl again. We talked about this play earlier. I can get this at Kalshi at plus 124. Do we have any movement on this play? I can't remember. Little bit of movement. We're looking at the wrong side, though. We want Mississippi State plus 6.5. Where do we got this at? There we go. Okay, so bookmaker move. Pinnacle's moved a little bit. Kalshi's up here. But Pinnacle is taking 15,000. How much is bookmaker taking on this play? Mississippi State plus 6.5. They're taking 30 grand. 30,000, guys. Pinnacle's taking $15K on this play. Bookmaker's taking $30,000. That's insane. Plus 6.5 at plus 106. The juice is always a little bit different. I'll go over to Kalshi and bet this. So who do you think has more confidence in their odds, guys? The book that takes 15,000 or the book that takes 30,000? That's why I check each play to look at the liquidity on bookmaker. And then I'll take this play on Kalshi all day long. We won one play yesterday with Kalshi. We lost one. So the anytime touchdowns yesterday, Jordan Love throws for 4 touchdowns. Mahomes throws for 4 touchdowns. None of the running backs, Jacobs, Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, nobody. They got touches, but it just didn't work out. So I'm just coming over here to Kalshi. Ole Miss and Mississippi State, they're telling me to bet $200 over here. And we could take this by 6.5. Ole Miss wins by 6.5 points. We're going to say no because we want Mississippi State plus 6.5, right? Plus 6.5. So we're going to say no, and I'm going to put down, if you want to know, guys, what it is, $100 pays out us at plus 223. Obviously, we're getting told plus 124. Sorry, 123. So this is off by just a penny. It's not that big of a deal. So we're going to go in for 200, and we'll take this. So they're not going to win by 6.5. And there we go. We're in on Kalshi. Bingo. I just took the liquidity and dropped the price now down to plus 118. So I'm the bad guy. But there we are. Shout out to Kalshi. That was a solid play. Oh, Frank, appreciate that. Well, actually, Frank, we didn't have anyone sign up for the group call. And so that was, since no one signed up, I canceled it. So, appreciate you wanting to know about that, man. But if you want to just sign up to just have a free 30-minute call with me, and then we can kind of discuss some different options, I'll send that over to you. And that's just not for Frank, but for anyone in general. But if you want to book a free 30-minute call with me and kind of talk about different coaching options that I have and plans, you can check that out. Appreciate you, man. All right, so let's go. We spent a little time with college football and a little bit of time with college basketball. Let's take a look at, obviously, we'll look at some NHL anytime goal scorers right now because we got some hockey games that are about to happen, and we want to take a look at that. Marchand is the top play right now. If you are a Circa user, I would bet this. Basically, this is a play only for Circa. Only for Circa. Marchand, I've been betting Marchand quite a bit this year. Him, Morgan Geeky. A couple of guys have been betting a decent amount. McKinnon. But Marchand, this is a good play if you are a Circa user. If you are a FanDuel user, guys, at plus 155, this is a 1% play. It's just too low for me. It's just too low. If you want to take it at 1%, you can, but I'm not. I would not. Just too low of a play. Barzal with Ballybet and Bet Rivers. Can be sports books. This game starts at 2 today, plus 210 odds. Again, we have a 33% chance of hitting this, guys. So we're talking these are a little bit longer shot plays. Even from Marchand to cash, we have about a 40% chance. That's the fair value. So understand, these are kind of like anytime touchdown scores, right? They're a little bit longer shot. There you go, Wardy. See what happens. So Barzal, yeah, can I see if I can get this over on Bet Rivers. I just basically play it for 100, or in this case, guys, because I've had such great success this season betting goal scorers for hockey, I would be willing for myself to bet a little bit above the recommended bet size because of just how well it's been going. So we're looking at what the Islanders and the Flyers. And let's look at some goal scorers here. Can I get that? I can. Nice. $100. Barzal. We get this over at Bet Rivers for $100. Okay. What else we have? Streaming tomorrow, guys, at same time, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Dylan Larkin. Let's look at this Brandon Hagel play for a second. It's plus 195. Can we get that at FanDuel? It's a 1.39% play. Not really. Brandon Hagel, though, if you're a Circa user like Irish, some states, guys, here in America, you can use Circa. Definitely would bet that over there. Really wouldn't go after this. The next best play is FanDuel. If you have some kind of boost, guys, obviously throw that on there. Yeah, Irish, we're going to take a look at that here in a second, man. Just bear with me. Hagel, yeah, I like the Hagel play. But really anywhere else, guys, again, it's similar to the Marchand play. If you want to go play this on FanDuel, a little too low. A little too low. Okay, the Larkin play, yeah, I mean, this is 2.5% edge. I would definitely play this on FanDuel. Something else, guys, that I don't talk about all that often, but I think is important to bring up, that I'm going to just do for today for mostly just an example. I'm going to log into FanDuel here. And we talk about this a lot with, obviously, Larkin plays for the Red Wings. Hagel plays for the Lightning. So we could do this over here. But if you wanted to, okay, one of my favorite things that you could also do with NHL anytime goal scorers is what you could do is I'm just going to tee these up. I'm going to grab the Larkin play. First, I'm just going to bet Larkin straight because I just like that play. And I'm going to go in for maybe 125. There we go. Okay, so we're in for Larkin for 125. Larkin's in. Let's grab Brandon Hagel, and then let's grab Brad Marchand. Now, I talked about these plays, guys, over here on FanDuel. It's very slim edge for Hagel and for Marchand. I'm just trying to find the Panthers game. There we go. They're taking on Calgary. Okay. So one other thing that you guys can do, right, because I'm not getting a great price here, is you can come over here and we can play this as a round robin. 3x2 round robin. Will they let me play this? They won't let me play this because of the same game parlay. That kind of stinks. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is remove the Hagel play. And let me find another play. I can't do Lucas Raymond because it's literally the same game. What's the play on Kaprizov? Kaprizov's, again, it's probably not enough to be a good edge, guys, but we'll play this just for the sake of an example. Okay? And it's a slim to no edge play, and he's a good goal scorer, so this could happen. So let me grab this, and let's go with Kaprizov. And let me go back to the bet slip, and let's remove Hagel. Okay, so if we come down here to round robin, you can see I could play this as 2x3. Okay, this is one of my favorite things to do, guys, when it comes to long shot or underdog plays, right? If we get 2 out of these 3 guys to hit, we're going to make really good money. So remember, guys, we're placing 3 separate 2-leg parlays. A lot of people, I'm sure some of my OGs and DGens, I expect you guys to know about round robins, but if you don't, why do we play round robins? Because these were all underdog odds, right? So we're going to have a 2-leg parlay with Larkin and Marchand. We need both of them to score. Then Larkin and Kaprizov, we need both of them to score. And then Marchand and Kaprizov. So if 2 out of these 3 guys score a goal, then we're going to make really good money because these are all plus odds plays. So we're placing 3 separate 2-leg parlays. So when you type in your wager amount here, notice if I type in $10, you're going to see down here at the bottom, I'm actually placing a wager for $30 because it's $10 per wager. 10 times 3 is $30. So that's where we get this. So if I wanted to in this scenario, I could place $50 bet, which means I'm placing $150 total. So if all 3 plays, all 3 guys score, we're going to get paid out a grand total of $935. But if only 2 of the 3 guys score, then we're making not as much money, but we're going to make our $150 back plus a profit. So highly implore you guys to check out round robin betting. Appreciate that order. Yeah, round robins with pitcher strikeouts. If you're taking alternate line strikeouts, Paul Skeens to get 9 strikeouts, Skubal to get 10 strikeouts. These are all like plus 150, plus 200s, right? This is where you can find really good value. It has to be a minimum of 3 picks. Okay, once you get beyond 3 picks, things get pretty crazy. I've made videos in the past talking about round robins, but this is a great strategy to use. So I'm going to take a little screenshot of this. When you have plus odds plays. And so another example of where you would do this is you're looking at the NFL board and you're like, dude, I like the Bears on the money line. I like the Cardinals on the money line. And you know what? I really like the Browns on the money line too. And maybe we do the Saints. Well, you know that if you run a 4-leg parlay here, guys, there's a very slim chance that all 4 picks hit. But with round robins, you have insurance. You don't need all 4 picks to hit. If you hit 3 out of your 4 plays, you're doing really well. And if you hit 2 out of 4 plays, then you're going to probably, because these are all plus odds plays, you'll make a slight profit. You come down here to round robins, you can have 6 individual 2-leg parlays or 4 individual 3-leg parlays, right? Now, the payout's a lot less than if you ran a 4-leg parlay because, well, yeah, I mean, we got like 4 pretty decent underdogs outside of maybe the Cardinals. That we got 3 of these guys that need to hit. So that's why you run these guys. And if you want to take a more conservative approach, take the 6 2-leg parlays. The next most aggressive is 4 3-legs and then a 4-leg parlay. So different things that you can do with round robins, but this is when you're looking at a board for the NFL or the NBA or the NHL and you like a lot of dogs. Same with college football or college hoops. Running round robins, guys, is a great strategy. It has a little insurance. It's a nicer option because you don't need every pick to hit, right? You just need most of your picks to hit. And so I would definitely, if you guys want to do that, I would definitely check out round robins. Okay. What's the promo today for? We got a claim now for our bonus bet profit boost. I'm going to go with the profit boost, guys. As you know, I like taking the profit boost on my FanDuel rewards. That's always what I like. We got a reward stack. Cool. All right, so reward stack here. It's coming soon. So we're going to wait till the NBA games are going on. All right, let's take a look at, speaking of this for NFL, how about anytime touchdowns today? We got one. Oh, A.J. Brown, boys and girls. Let's go. A.J. Brown, FanDuel, Fanatics. Dude, if FanDuel and Fanatics had the same price, A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown, plus 155. This is a big bet. Bigger bet for me, I should say. I'm going to go in for a 250 spot here. Let's go. AJ, let's get into the end zone, boy. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I like that. So we're in. That's almost a 6% edge, guys. That's a big one. Anytime that FanDuel has similar odds to Fanatics, I mean, that's a green light for me every single time. Fanatics is in that category of the top tier of books that are the easiest to make money on sports betting. When you see this book have the same as Fanatics, go, go, go. Get this at no vig, guys. Love this. Almost a low hold to Pinnacle here. It's crazy. Crazy. That's a great play. All right, what else we got here? All right, so that's the anytime touchdowns at the moment. Let's look at some NFL player props for today. Wow, we are already in an hour, dude. I haven't even gotten to NBA player props. Streaming tomorrow, guys, at 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Sorry, 8 a.m. Pacific. I'm on Arizona time now, so we're kind of back to it. We're looking at Pinnacle. Football, cool. Let's look at just main market, or player props, excuse me. And let's keep it tight. And by the way, for those of you that yesterday, obviously, if any of you tailed the 3-leg slip that I put together on Onyx, I'm sure this is known, but just a disclaimer, not every one of my parlays is going to win. I'm not going to win every one of my picks. I take value where value is. So, we bet some unders yesterday that obviously in hindsight looked like a bonehead decision. But at the time, there was a lot of good value on the unders. And for some different games, whether it was the Chiefs game or the Packers game. So, I'm always looking where the value is. And so, it looked obvious that all the overs were going to cash, at least in the early games. But, that's why. So, I'm going to be cooking up another Onyx parlay later today, guys. Again, I'm not going to win every parlay, but we are the ones that we do hit, we're going to make some good money on, and we're going to make a profit. Because we're hitting more than what we're getting paid out more than what we should with positive EV betting. So, just a disclaimer for anyone in here. Always appreciate the guys that let me know that my picks are garbage. Love that. Love that. Comes with the territory. So, Caleb Williams over 4.5 rushing attempts at plus 110 odds. Yeah, this is an ARB to Pinnacle. ARB to Pinnacle, MGM. This is really an MGM only play. Nowhere else are you going to really be able to get a price anywhere nearly as good. You need an odds range below minus 103 for this to be slightly EV. So this is really only on MGM. You could ARB this with MGM and DraftKings. Make a small profit. Caleb Williams over on his rushing attempts. Swift on his receiving yards. Yeah, it's an ARB to Pinnacle. Over 10.5. I'm just curious. How much can I bet over here on Fanatics? Let's see what we got here. Luther Burden. I only have about, because I lost my anytime TD score. I only have about $18 on my Fanatics account. But again, guys, I hit this play on this player prop. I'll take an extra $16, $17 all day long. So we're looking at over under on receiving yards for Swift. They'll take it. Nice. All right, I get that in for about 18. That's all I had left in the account. Probably was only going to let me bet maybe between $20 to $30, but I'll take that all day long. Luther Burden under on catches. This is an ARB to Pinnacle, guys. Bet Rivers. Canby Sportsbook, guys. This is Ballybet obviously is not offering an under here. This is and Bookmaker and Pinnacle have the same pricing here. This is a go, go, go. Bet Rivers is probably not going to let me wager what I want to wager on this play, but we'll see. He's a receiver for Chicago, young receiver. A lot of promise. I like Luther Burden. I just don't know if this year is going to be his year. It might be next year that they might have to wait for. I thought I tapped on it. There we go. They won't let me bet 200 on this. 146, okay. Now let me bet 145, which I'm happy with. All right, so we're in for 145. Nice. All right, we grab the Luther Burden play. Saquon on his rushing attempts. ESPN bet. It's a low hold to DraftKings. So even when you see a low hold, guys, to another maybe recreational book, this is just a great sign that this could be a good play. It's not bad over at FanDuel either. And you could see, guys, Pinnacle's really moving to minus 121. If I can get this at FanDuel at minus 108, 2.5% edge, that's worth it to me, guys. So on the rushing props here, we're looking for Saquon to get 18 rushing carries or more. Here we go. If I can get this at 2.5%, what's the wager at minus 108? What should I bet? 168? We'll just round this up to a 175 spot. Oh, I can only do 135. Okay. If you guys can see, obviously I'd love to bet 175. They're only letting me bet 135. So, okay. There we go, though. We get that for 135 over on FanDuel. Saquon over on his rushing attempts. Okay, there's a couple NFL plays. Let's see if we can have any NBA plays right now. And then we'll wrap up with DFS for a minute or two. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me and checking out. Hopefully you're getting some solid plays you can tail. And I hope today's just an awesome day of sports betting for you guys. Let's go with, we'll stick with Pinnacle in worst case here. Top play is Duncan Robinson over on threes. Onyx, DraftKings. It's not an ARB. It's just, well, it just disappeared now. It's now a 4% edge play. Why is that? Tell me why. Because Pinnacle's really moving up on their odds. A lot. So I don't like this movement from Pinnacle. So, again, we'll just stay away from Duncan Robinson. Hide that bet. McConnell over on Bovada, under 5.5 assists. Yeah, it's an ARB. I mean, yeah, it's an ARB to Pinnacle. In general, guys, anytime that I say ARB to Pinnacle, that just means it's really a great play that you should go after. It's a crossed market, and one sportsbook is definitely in the wrong when the market's crossed. And I'm always willing to put my money on that it's the recreational book. Might not always be the case, but more times than not, I'm willing to put my money on that it's the recreational book that made a mistake. Keegan Murray, James Harden, bet these plays, guys. They're low liquidity on Novig. $138, $42. Don't try to deep dive and deep brain this and think, oh, I don't know, it's like a pro trying to throw me a fake out for $40. No, they're not. Just go bet that. Hartenstein, here we go. Here's a FanDuel play that I can grab. Obviously, these plays on Fanatics, I would say the same thing. Fanatics is a very soft book, just like Bovada. You can have a lot of success betting these high edge plays over here. Hartenstein, low hold to Pinnacle. Who's moving? That's what I want to know. Not much. Pinnacle just kind of set their odds not too long ago. And FanDuel's doing a little bit of moving. They're moving up. Now, a day ago, they were way at minus 112. They moved all the way to plus 140. So, don't know how I feel about that one. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to explain all these different strategies and help you guys out to provide you guys with as many strategies as you can, so that you can have, because you don't want to just have one strategy. You want to know if you start to look at a plus 250 and you're like, man, I kind of like that. You're like, man, I kind of like that plus 175. Well, you don't have to put it in a parlay. You can, round robin is a form of a parlay. It's just the middle child that kind of gets left out between like SGPs and traditional parlays. So, I try to provide as many strategies and insights to you guys as I can. If you guys are finding any of this information valuable, then smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, send this to a friend that likes to gamble that doesn't really do well gambling. We can definitely help them out. These Bovada plays, guys, are kind of like Sportzino, Fanatics plays. Bovada is just such a great book to go bet NBA player props on. It is the reason that you should sign up with Bovada, is just to bet their NBA player props, because it's insane amount of value out there. Russell Westbrook over on Caesars. They just moved their price 5 cents. You can grab this over on Ballybet Bet Rivers at a penny below. It's not quite as good at plus 113, so I wouldn't grab that. But plus 117, yeah, I'm interested. Okay. All right, really good stuff. A lot of stuff going on, guys. I could probably stream for like 5 hours today and lose my voice doing so. But There's a lot of stuff out there. 3-pick powers. PrizePicks. It's okay. It's not great. This Matherin plays like it's not great. Because I do put some. I like to bet into FanDuel at times, but then when I'm looking at the board like this, I like to take a combination of FanDuel and Pinnacle's odds. What's the average between the two? And so this is okay, an average. But all in all, this is the combo plays. Yeah, not really. And anything that's below minus 122 like this, I know I'd say an average, but then again, like I can get a way better price at DraftKings at minus 111. Like I wouldn't want to bet this on a parlay. Like this is just not a good play. Same with this play. This is garbage. This one maybe is slightly better. I would take this, the under 14.5 points and rebounds. Yeah. Let's move on to underdog. Not like super thrilled with a lot of the plays there. And it kind of makes sense, guys, because we have so many NBA games that are starting at 7:30 Eastern tonight. It's noon right now, so we have at least another 7 hours to go. So if you guys wait about 5 hours, you're going to see this tool pop up. You're going to see more plays, more opportunities, and more odds being shown from the books. And that's where you're going to have a really good time. So it's just a little too early right now to jump into this. But understand that if this is the time of the day you want to get some bets, we can try to make some. Dylan Brooks, same kind of thing with his over on his points. Nick Claxton on his rebounds, yeah, kind of the same thing. None of these plays are like man, I got to go bet this right now. We talked about this Jalen Brunson play we added on a slip earlier. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not great. It's not great. It's gotten a little bit better over here at Dabble. Hartenstein's under 12.5 rebounds and assists. I like that. What other play? Collier. Yeah, I like the Collier play a lot. Because you're getting insurance there. So I like that. The Goodwin play I like. So Collier, Goodwin, Hartenstein. I like those. I like the Demon play. Demon looks good. Yeah, okay. Those would be what I go after. I go after Demon, Goodwin, Collier, and Hartenstein, however you say his name. I like it. That's what I do. All right, guys. That's the stream. I'm going to go and grab something to eat and then get ready to kind of cook up some plays, slips, Onyx, all kinds of good stuff. Dub Club, got it all. It's all coming. Nothing else, guys. Have an awesome Black Friday. Hopefully you get everything you want shopping. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great day.